Whether you started fresh on the land of the morning light or you're just setting up an alt out there, life skilling in the new region is easier than before with being able to burn massive amounts of energy and several ways to make billions. Welcome back to the channel all about life skilling. My name's Teddy, and with Dalashan, Liana, and Ludowig being brought over to the new land of the morning light, I thought I would show you an interesting way to level up those alts or those fresh new tunes life skills on the land of the morning light, so you'll be able to go onto the mainland and start making money sooner. There's a lot of different ways to level life skills here on the land of the morning light, or just use the island to make tons of money. But with Liana and Ludowig now on the island, we no longer need to head out to the mainland to do dailies or turn them in. With Dalashan now, those byproducts are easier to turn in. Other than needing a house for cooking and alchemy and the Imperial NPCs, leveling out here is extremely easy if you choose. Now, without wasting any more time, let's just jump into this. Starting out, we have gathering. There's plenty of places around the region to gather for alchemy and cooking ingredients, so it doesn't matter where you choose to gather, it can all be used. Of course, mentioning the quickest ways, herb gathering can be done with flowers since there are an abundant amount of yellow, sky blue, etc. And water can be bottled just like on the mainland. A nice place to gather for cooking would be Nabsebiot County here, just because of all the farms. Gathering the rice here can be used for Imperial cooking boxes, and the other vegetables are good for higher end boxes. Lunar hair can be found here in the Gawan Plateau for cheaper meat to cook, and bird meat can be easily found right here in the Gawan Plateau too. Cheaper sea lion meat can also be found here in the Bari Forest. Gathering for trade crates is a great way to level gathering out here while also providing a chance to level trading. There are plenty of crop factories around the region to bag any of the products from the farms for a little extra money and experience when trading. Tiger flowers are perfect for that. There's a great spot here in Bari Forest that has flowers along the waterside. All the trees on the island are great for alchemy or trade crates back on the mainland. Pine, moss, and dead tree are the easiest to find, with being almost around the whole entire island. Common flowers like yellow or sky blue, for example, are a perfect way to level gathering while earning money, listing everything on the central market or using them for alchemy. Whatever reason you choose to gather on the land of the morning light, all the fairy breaths can be turned in for more contribution points and gathering experience. But now let's talk about the next life skill that we can easily level up out here. Those needing more cooking or alchemy ingredients, we have farming. Farm plots can be placed down almost anywhere you can find outside of town with enough room. Once a spot is found, all the new land of the morning light seeds can be placed, with their blue grade versions being used for cooking, crop bags, and lastly the rice has a chance of getting the yellow grade strange rice needed for the miraculous takguk. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. If you want the most experience while farming, dry main grass earns the most experience when bred, and the fruit is used for alchemy. I set up my farms here in Honglim Base, south of Biot, just to keep the distance short between the storage and the farms. I'm sure there are better places to set up farms, so don't take this spot as being the best or as you need to set yours up here. But if farming takes too long and you're just not into it, let's go on to the next life skill. You can't mention the land of the morning light without talking about the sniper hunting zone out here. Because a sniper rifle can be used once you hit level 30, you can easily start leveling hunting, but it's not going to be as fast as other areas like the grass rhinos. Hunting out here on the island is great for pork, bear, and bird meat needed for cooking. The hides are a great way to make the Wings of Ascension used for the mythical feather daily here in Kama, and the main reason anyone sniper hunts, the amount of black gems, sharps or hards, and forest crystals that can drop. But all the action aside, let's go on to a more calming life skill. Fishing is another life skill that's extremely easy to level, and while fishing in the new region, there's a small chance to find the forest crystal needed for the new life skill magic crystals. Fishing won't make hundreds of millions like on the mainland, but does provide both fishing and trading experience. Whether you're active fishing or AFK fishing at night, there's a couple ways I level fishing out here. Fish can be turned into the normal trader before it expires, but if their value has dropped too low, the other way is to use the fish you catch to dry them out. They can be used for cooking later, or can be turned into fish crates using a fish factory. For those who have a boat, sailing out to Mergoria is perfect for active fishing. The prices are pretty good with selling at the trade NPC in Nampo Mudo Village. While technically this isn't exactly on the island, with how close it is, I'd have to mention it. Normally, I set up my AFK fishing while I sleep, hoping for a forest crystal, but whenever I come back, I can move on to the next life skill on the list. Processing can be done anywhere in the world, and here on the morning light, it's no different than on the mainland. Taking the bottles of water water is a great way to level processing with filtering the water into purified water if you choose to level gathering with water scooping. These are needed for a lot of things, but mainly alchemy and cooking, so having a ton of these are a good thing. Processing the rice down is also a perfect way to level processing with the amount of rice that can be gathered manually and by just using workers. Rice flour is used for easy leveling cooking when you're first starting out. There's also potatoes out here, which can be used for grinding too if you prefer. Taking the hides from hunting can make a huge profit depending on how high you process the hide to, with the Supremes being the best, but offers huge amounts to earn processing experience with. If you choose to gather lumber, chopping the wood is a great way to level processing and is needed for a lot of the other life skills. Pine plywood is a huge money maker, with being either listed or made into the Calpheon and Serendia trade crates on the mainland, the Etheria sailboat, and a lot of furniture recipes. Now, like I mentioned before, taking the fish that's caught is another way to level processing. Though slower, it's perfect for those AFK fishing or if the value of fish has dropped. Now, after all the processing is done, now we can start to level up trading. Surprisingly, it is easy to level trading, and still training horses here on the Land of the Morning Light, though, will require either a mount or wagon and horses to be brought over to the island, but once ready can be done. Of course, you can easily train and still trade using a single mount, just a wagon will make it easier. We can't start talking about trading without mentioning trading in the fish and all the gathered trade items found, but those won't be enough to do anything. Crop factories around the region make for a great trash crate if choosing to gather tiger flower or have workers gathering them. These can make 1,420 silver before any distance or trade level bonuses are applied. These also can be bought from the central market too if you quickly need to get workers making some trade crates. I chose to take the crop factory here in Dalbo village, and I have a worker from Nopse just to make tiger flower bags, so they register as being made in Nopse. These can be traded into the Mudo village for a little bit of money, but most importantly, the experience. Since these are trash crates, we can make a ton quickly just to hit master trading sooner. Remember the fish that were dried for crates? The fish crates is what will be used to make money with the fish caught on the Land of the Morning Light. This is not going to be a huge money maker, but with enough crates made, these can make a nice amount of money when traded in. Both freshwater and saltwater fish make the same amount of money, so it doesn't matter which one you fish. Choosing a fish factory here in Nampo Mudo village, I have a worker crating up all the fish I chose to dry. Fish will have to be bought, or either a lot of active or AFK fishing has to be done to maintain these workshops, but if looking for those crystals or trying to get as many titles as you can, the yellow and blue grade fish crates are perfect. Crates have to be taken to the mainland either by shipping, or if you have a boat, this is where sailing experience can be earned for manually transporting the crates. For those who have factories already on the mainland pumping out crates and transport ships carrying them over to the Land of the Morning Light every couple of hours like I do, a single mount or the wagon can be used to overstock the trade crates to bring them to the trade NPC, with the storage being a few seconds around the corner. This will be the best way to earn the most money and experience trading, but does require a worker empire to already be set up. But not stopping there, let's talk about training and what we can do. Training can be really simple if you have horses already tamed or an alt ready to tame more whenever you need. Horses can also be bought off the horse market to speed up the process, but as stated before, training can still be done using a single mount. Using a wagon can easily be done once a stable is rented, so there's room for the wagon and 4 horses. Routes out here can be set up around the main cities, so feel free to experiment on different routes and what works best for you. But for me, I'm using the wagon to transport my goods from Biot County to Mudo Village. This lets me level 4 horses to breed while transporting trade goods for some added trading experience. The better your wagon, the faster you'll be able to level training and those horses, but even a noble wagon can be set up to run trash crates on an alt, as you can see. While those are just some ways to level life skilling if choosing to start on the new Land of the Morning Light or setting an alt out there. For those who still want cooking and alchemy, unfortunately we don't have a solution to that here on the island. That will have to be done on the mainland, but that can easily be solved with teleports or just by sailing out if you want to take the time. It's not the quickest or the most convenient, but can still be done. And yes, there are easier ways to level life skilling on the mainland. This was mainly just meant for those who started a fresh toon here on the island, or those fresh alts that don't have any life skills. If you're looking to make money, I do suggest sticking to sniper hunting. But if you want to see another topic covered, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get started on that. Don't forget to like and share this video if you found this helpful. All the support helps grow the channel, and as always, if you want to see more Black Desert content, check out the video on the screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep gathering out there.